Why is it that in some games, nothing is going for you? You can't hit your shots, you can't move right, you can't be in the right place, nothing is working out for you. In other games, you're just in the right places, always lined up for the right shots. You're hitting every single shot and everything's just working for you. What's the difference? And today I have a prime example of the first type of game, or so it started out that way. See, in this game I played as Reyna, and it'll be an understatement to say I had a bad first half. In the first couple rounds, I was not able to hit my shots, I died, and I think it was round 5. Phoenix started complaining about my behavior, and I knew I was doing bad, and it just got to me even more. And if we look at my first half here, I went 0 and 7 on defense as Reyna. And everyone knows, especially when you're playing a duelist, when you're not top fragging or top 2 or 3, everyone is on your case. And this game seemed like it was going to be a lost game. We were 1 and 6, and the Reyna, the duelist for the team, was doing very poorly, 0-7. Teammates were complaining, and it was getting to me. And I realized I was trying way too hard to make something happen. So I wanted to get on the board, so I was making moves and holding angles that I shouldn't be and I normally wouldn't be. I was putting myself in bad situations. So what did I do about it? How do you get out of a situation like that? Well, in this case, I knew that it was my teammates talking that was getting to me, that was getting to my head and making me make those plays and play like that. So what I did is I muted everyone. The whole team, our team and the enemy team. And people are like, oh, you're not going to hear comms. You're putting yourself up to lose. But in reality, I was actually setting myself up to win because I was taking out those variables that were actually making me play worse. I knew that what my team might be saying and what the enemy team might be saying would be something that would tilt me even more. So I needed to eliminate that thing. And this leads me to one of my most controversial things, I guess, is that I oftentimes mute my teammates. Like, I have a 0 tolerance for toxicity. If someone starts being toxic, I just mute them right away. I'm more likely to have them muted and play better because their toxicity isn't affecting me, so I can still play good. Their comms aren't as important to me if I'm playing poorly because their toxicity is rubbing off on me. So oftentimes you could play better just by muting your teammates, and people are so scared to do that because they're afraid of missing out on comms, when in reality they would have played 2 or 3 times better if they just muted that person that was getting on their nerves. So many times in rank, people just start fighting the whole game. Oh, in voice chat, okay, but in text chat, people just argue in text chat. Just mute the person and move on. Is it worth it? And you're gonna do better. And guess what? Look at this scoreboard. After I muted everyone, I went from 0-7 to 23-18, having only 3 rounds after round 7 where I didn't contribute to the round. This is the power of being able to figure out what's going wrong in the game and fixing it. A lot of people give up after 3 rounds, 4 rounds. I could have been like, okay, this is not my game. I'm not doing good. Just complain, try to get my teammates to surrender. And then I would say, oh, I'm not going to play anymore. But I know as well as you know, you're going to queue for another one. And you're still going to be in that mentality, even though it's a new game. So you got to figure out how to break it while you're in it. And I guarantee you, once you start catching on to these things, what's making you play bad, what's forcing you to play the way you shouldn't be playing, and you start correcting it, you're going to be much more consistent, and you're going to be able to save bad games like this one. GG, guys.
GG's.